All right, so we're on to day 3. Today should be somewhat of a rest day, and I do think it's important to be incorporating days in your routine where you just kind of take it a little easier on your major muscle groups. I think that it's important, almost more important, I would say, to get your rest in and let your body recover because you're putting it through a lot. You're taking a beating and you really need to just rest so you actually can recover and grow. I think there's a great misunderstanding in that rest is as much, if not more important than your nutrition and your actual workout itself. You have to push it hard and you have to eat right. You have to get enough protein in, carbs for fuel, fats for immune system, but I think rest is a lot overlooked. And especially, when you first start out going, you like rest days, you're at like, oh my God, I'm so sore, I need to take a break. But then the further in you get, you sort of become the opposite and you're like, damn, it's rest day. I don't want it to be rest day. I know what, I'm gonna go anyways. I'll just start the circuit again. Next week I'll get a rest day. And you pile up injuries, but you just get so used to and so enthralled with the gym that you just keep going. And then things pile on, you get an injury, and then you have to sit out a long time and you're miserable. So for me, I try and find ways that I can go into the gym on my rest day. And obviously today I'm gonna be working forearms. It's something that I don't work directly too much, but it's something I want to improve. I know that. And it's such a small muscle group, forearms and calves, and I would say also somewhat biceps and triceps, maybe side and rear delts. You can work a little more. They're smaller groups. They take less time to recover, less overall recovery, time and, the nutrients you need from it. But it's also important to just give your major muscles a rest. And this is a perfect way for someone like me who just loves going to the gym to continue to get in there on a rest day and not be just on the bike to get some cardio in, but to actually go and meaningfully lift, wrist curls, reverse wrist curls, forearm curls, the cat curls, they might not seem like much, but just being in there and actually going to work out, it's just a euphoric feeling. It's almost like just a big confidence boost and just a mood booster. I feel great after the gym, and I've never, even the workouts I get hurt, I never actually feel, like that was a wasted workout. It's fun to me. Working out is it's almost like therapy, It's a place where I can just go and hit something as hard as I can, forget about everything else, and just enjoy my time. You know what I mean? So while rest is important and you gotta get it in, I think, sometimes finding a way to get into the gym, whether you're doing cardio, like, maybe zone 1 or zone 2, or if you're working something like forearms, calves, or abs, just a light thing where you're actively recovering, still doing enough to, stimulate something and just have fun, but also not too much to where you're overworking your body and then you get those stress injuries and you get out for a while. So forearms are on the menu today. I'm really excited, so I'm gonna go ahead and do those in cardio, and then I'll be back for the post-workout synopsis. honestly, forearms was a blast. I mean, there was only one other dude in the little gym that I went to, and it was just peaceful. And I mean, there's something about a forearm pump that's like different from any other workout, and it just feels great. You know what I mean? And it's lightweight, and I also like to think of it as kind of a preventative exercise, to strengthen the muscles around your wrist and your elbows. I've had an elbow surgery before, and I'll say this, the more I work out my forearms, the better it feels. I feel stronger, and I'm not as, feeling unstable in that part of my arm. I mean, it's fun too. It's fun. It's light, but it's still fun, And just getting to go to a gym like that on every now and again, it's not the best equipment, but it's just a different feeling. And honestly, there's something beautiful about it. Just being able to be in kind of a small little gym with not the best equipment, but you make do, and something about the pumps is just different and fun. And I mean, man, after that, I had, ironically, the best ham and cheese sandwich that I have ever had in my life. And it was one of those sandwiches that you just don't expect to be that good. You go in with moderate expectations. It's not going to blow you away. But every now and again, it can be any sandwich. It's ethereal. It transcends flavor. You know what I mean? And every bite, it's like the greatest thing you've ever tasted. And something weird that has happened on this cut is that every single food that I eat just tastes that much better. And it could be anything. It's like freaking tuna tastes delicious for no reason. Bland chicken, I season my chicken, of course, but it just tastes even better. Broccoli, when you lightly salt it, put a little olive oil, it's amazing. And I just wonder if it's because your body's so hungry that it makes everything taste good, or it's just that food just tastes that much better when you savor it. When you don't have as much of it, I mean, man, I buy cheap stuff. I'm a very cheap guy in terms of food, but man, it was just an experience, and that is one thing that I never thought I'd get out of the cut. But if that's what I got to do, if I got to do all this cardio and cut down and stay at a lighter weight for me to enjoy ham sandwiches that much more, that might be worth it, because I took a good 30 minutes on that sandwich, and it wasn't a big sandwich. It was just amazing. It was something that you had to just experience. It's one of those sandwiches that when you die, you're flipping through a reel of your life, and that sandwich pops up. It's like the perfect sandwich from Adventure Time. It was that good. But yeah, I mean, this was an incredible day. Got all my cardio in, even better than last couple of weeks. So that was awesome. Forearm pump was insane. And tomorrow I get to hit the rest of my arms. Biceps, triceps, and maybe a little shoulders. We'll see. Maybe some side delts. But no, I mean, I'm getting excited, In the next couple of weeks, I'll be down to 100 days. So I think I can really do this. This is going to be really fun. And I'm excited to see, just how good ham sandwiches will be the further down I get.